What's up, superheroes? Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. I'm Scarlet Grace from UnseenSeraph.com. I'm a manifestation coach and I'm back with another video to help you manifest your desires faster. If you're new here and you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of attraction and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. And if you need some extra help or my personal advice for your situation, coaching is going to reopen in January, but I also have a 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person, a scripting course, as well as other courses and products to help you manifest the life you deserve. So today I wanted to talk about something that confuses many people. And this is a question that I get in many different forms. Some people ask me, do I have to stay positive all the time in order for my desire to manifest? Or another variation of this question is, some people ask me, how come this person that I know always has a lot of money, for example, when they are such a negative person? They always see everything negatively, but they still always make money no matter what. Or how come this person who is always negative about their job or whatever have a wonderful relationship? Don't you need to be positive all the time to manifest? Don't you need to be positive in order to manifest good things in your life? So I decided to make a video to address that because this is an important topic. And if you get this right, then you won't have to worry about this and you will know that you're doing exactly what you need to do in order to manifest your desires. So, do you actually need to be positive 24/7 every minute of the day in order to manifest your desire? The simple answer is no. You don't actually have to do that. But there is a but about it. And I'm going to explain exactly what I mean. So let me get into why you don't actually need to be positive all the time in order to manifest your desire. So here's how manifestation works. Your mind creates the world around you based on your beliefs, your expectations, and what you're imagining. And when you're visualizing, the thing that you're visualizing is what targets what you want to manifest in your reality, but it is the feelings that you have that manifest this thing. Now, in order to manifest something, you don't need to have positive feelings. You can manifest something if you focus on it and have very negative feelings, which is exactly how your fears manifest. And it is the reason why you get the advice not to focus on the things you fear, because if you keep thinking of something you're afraid of happening in your reality, and you have those intense feelings of fear inside you or worry, eventually this thing is going to show up in your physical reality. That's why usually the advice most people will give you when it comes to manifesting is stay positive around the thing that you want to manifest. Because when you have negative feelings about something, and this has to do with a specific goal that you have, usually you're not focusing on having the thing you want, you're focusing on having something you don't want, or not actually having the thing you want. Now, I know this sounds complicated, but what I mean is this. Let's say, for example, that you want to manifest a brand new car. The simple way to manifest it is to imagine that you already have that car and accompany that visualization with all the feelings that you would have, all the positive feelings that you would have, if that car was already yours right now. So maybe you would feel joy or you would feel pride to be driving such a great car. Those are positive feelings that you have that you associate with this visualization. You could manifest the same car with negative feelings. So if you were imagining that you have this car, but instead of being happy that you have a new car, you are all stressed out about how you're going to pay taxes for such an expensive car. Or you didn't have a car up until now and are you able to afford gas? If you focus on that, those are intense feelings and they're going to manifest your desire. It doesn't matter that they're not positive feelings. If you're visualizing this right, if you're imagining this right, and you have those feelings, even though they're negative, they're going to manifest your desire. But your desire will manifest in a way that is going to also give you reason to have these negative feelings in your physical reality. So you are actually going to manifest the car, but you're not going to manifest the money for the insurance because that was part of your visualization too. You didn't just imagine having the car, you imagine having all kinds of worries around that car. So you will manifest the car and you will manifest the things you are worrying about. But it's still a method you can use to manifest your desire. Usually though, this is not what happens when people are thinking negatively around their goal. Usually what happens is you want to manifest a car, and instead of imagining that you have the car, you imagine how difficult it is to actually manifest the car. That kind of worry and that kind of negative thinking doesn't help you manifest your desire because you're not actually focusing on having the car, you're focusing on lacking the car. Even though in your mind you may be picturing the car, you're thinking about the car and not from already having the car. Those are two completely different things. Thinking about something doesn't manifest it. Thinking about already having something, that does manifest it. So that is why, generally speaking, in order to manifest a desire, you need to have positive thoughts around that thing. But, as I said earlier, there is a but here. And this explains why you don't have to be positive 24/7. You don't have to be positive about every single thing in your experience in order for a desire to manifest. You can be positive about one specific thing that you want to manifest, and you may not be a positive person for the rest of the things in your life. Now, this is not going to create a pleasant experience overall for you, but you can still manifest your desires. So maybe you're the kind of person who wants to manifest that car. And maybe you have used affirmations to start changing your beliefs about whether getting that car is possible. And you're imagining that you have that car. And when you're imagining it, you feel that you actually have it, that it's already yours. And you feel all the positive emotions associated with having that car. And during your day, you feel as if you already have that brand new car. Now, if all those things are right around this specific thing that you want to manifest, you can still be angry about something in your reality. You can still have limiting beliefs about other things in your reality, like your relationships or your job or whatever, and the car will still manifest. So it's not about having to force yourself to be super positive like a cute little fairy 24/7 in order to manifest your desire. No, it is about having a very clear view of your life as already having this thing that you want to manifest. And this explains why you may see people around you that are not positive people, that are evil people, that are always angry, they're always taking advantage of other people, that have the worst beliefs. But one area of their lives, and it's usually the one that you want to have go well for you, that's why you're noticing, one area of their lives is always super good, no matter what happens. So we all know people like that, people who, no matter how the economy is or what is happening around them, they always make money. It's like they have this inner magnet and money just flows to them no matter what. And they may be very negative people, they may be very rude people, and you can't figure out how someone who is like that, who is behaving like that, who is angry all the time, manages to manifest money. And the reason this happens is exactly because you don't have to be positive all day long and focusing all day long on living from the end, as long as your inner game is where it needs to be around this goal. So some people, sometimes it's based on the way they grew up. So if a person grew up with money and they're used to always having money no matter what, and money being easy for them, they can be people who are not happy. They can be people who are very rude to others. They can be people who are always angry, but they have this unshakable belief, this inner assumption that they will always have money. So money always flows to them. They don't have to make an effort. They don't have to focus on thinking positively around money. They don't have to visualize, because this is their default setting. They're programmed to attract money no matter what. It's not even something they think about. And that is another important part of whether you need to be happy all the time and positive all the time in order to manifest your desire. So some people ask me, living from the end, does that mean that I have to focus on this specific desire 24/7? And the answer is no. You don't have to constantly think about this one thing in your life in order to manifest it. You just need, when you think about it, to always think about it from a living from the end perspective. So if you want to manifest a car, you don't have to spend the whole day, every day, imagining a car in order for the car to manifest. What you need to do is, whenever your mind goes to the car, it needs to be from a perspective of this is my car that I already have. Not from the perspective of this is the car that I want and I hope I will be able to get it, but I don't have the money right now. If this is about the relationship, you don't have to think about the person that you want to manifest and being together with them 24/7. That is not a requirement to manifest them. What you need to do is, whenever your mind goes to that person, you think about them as your boyfriend or as your girlfriend, not as someone that you want to manifest, you want to get back together with, but you're not together with them yet. And this may be 20 times a day that your mind goes there, or it may be 2 times a day. Doesn't matter. And maybe some days you're busy and you don't even think about that person because you have to work a 12-hour shift and you're super tired or you're grumpy with something else. Doesn't matter. As long as whenever you think about that person, you do not think of the person, of the situation as if you are not in it. You think of the person or the thing as if it's something that you already have. It's already in your life exactly the way you want it. That is the only requirement. That is living from the end. Living from the end is not having to spend the whole day focusing on this imaginary relationship or this imaginary car where you don't have mental space to do anything else. Of course not. We have to go to work. We have to spend time with friends. You cannot be thinking of the thing that you want 24/7. It's just when your mind goes there, it needs to be from a living from the end perspective. Not from thinking that you don't have it, that it is going to be difficult, and all those things. And this is exactly what happens with people who externally you can't figure out how a person like that may have an area of their lives go so well all the time. That's because they don't focus on it. Their setting is, I always make money easily. So they will always make money easily. They don't have to consciously focus on that. Or their beliefs support this thing, support this situation in their lives. So it happens automatically. And it's not only about money. Some people have this kind of thing when it comes to money. Some people have this kind of thing when it comes to relationships. So the rest of their lives, it could be going well or it could be in shambles. Doesn't matter. That's one area in their lives that somehow they got programmed to have it run perfectly for them automatically. They don't have to focus on it. It's just that if you're looking at them and wondering, why am I struggling so much and using affirmations and imagining and doing all those things and things haven't worked yet the way I want them to work in my life, how come this person, without doing anything and being rude to everybody and being grumpy all the time, they get everything in that area going right? That doesn't mean that you are lacking something. That doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. Every person usually has at least one area of their lives where things flow smoothly. It may be money, it may be relationships. You're just feeling like that because they happen to have this area of their lives going well that is the exact same area that is not going well for you. In other words, the area where they got programmed to have things run smoothly and go their way all the time happens to be the same area that for you got negative programming, and that's why you're working on it. But it seems unfair, I know. It seems like this person just gets everything and they don't even have to lift their finger to accomplish it, and you have spent so much time changing beliefs in order to get some movement. But it's just an illusion, because it is very likely that you have an area of your life that is going super well and that person, that area is not going well. So there are people who have a lot of money and are programmed to make money basically automatically, but their health is not going well. Or their relationships are not going well. There are people who always have great relationships, but they cannot hold on to money no matter what. So it's not a matter of focusing on your desire all the time. It's not a matter of you being somehow wrong, and that's why the other person who's not even trying to be positive gets all their desires and why aren't you? It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. You're just comparing your worst area of life, basically, the one that needs the most improvement, to what happens to be their best area of life. Because that's what you're working on, that's what you're focusing on, and therefore that's what you observe the most. So you do not even realize that this specific thing that has always gone well in your life, that you don't even focus on, that you probably don't even appreciate, it may be the exact same thing that someone else is spending a lot of time on using affirmations and visualizing and trying to change their negative programming, because to them, this is a real struggle. It doesn't come automatically to them. It doesn't come easily to them. And they're feeling about you just the way you're feeling about someone else who, for example, is making a lot of money or has great romantic relationships or whatever it is that you have been struggling with and trying to manifest something different, and this person has it. And there's another reason. You may be getting a lot of advice from different people about being positive all the time in order to manifest your desire. So as I already said, you don't have to be positive all the time in order to manifest your desire. But here's an interesting thing that happens. When you're working on manifesting something, especially in the beginning, when you haven't fully solidified the feeling of the wish fulfilled, of already having that thing, it is very easy, if you have a bad day, if something bad happens, to start thinking negatively, and that thinking negatively eventually snowballs and reaches that specific thing that you want to manifest. And where before you felt convinced that it is already yours, suddenly you start having all those negative thoughts about how difficult it is going to be, and you're not thinking from the end at all. So even though it's not a prerequisite to be a positive person overall to manifest your desires, if you try to see reality in a positive way, things will go more smoothly overall for you, so you will have less things that you need to consciously manifest changing, and you're less likely to run into this problem where just because you had a bad day or something bad happened in another area of your life, you end up having a 1-hour session where you keep thinking negatively about the thing that you want to manifest and basically undoing all your positive affirmations and all your imagining work that you've done the previous days. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, then subscribe and hit the bell icon, because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life.